We got a legend in the building. You know what I'm saying? My dude Dwight Howard. I appreciate you hopping on the show, bro.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. I want to start off in the basketball space, then we're going to transition a little bit. But I know obviously you were doing your thing overseas for a while, then you did the Big Three for a little bit. Where are you at now with the whole basketball thing? Are you still pursuing that, or what's going on with that right now?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play in the Big Three again.
You in there?
Yeah, I like to be able to have a little travel time during the summer where I can play some basketball, do some business, travel with the wife and kids, and just enjoy life. I think that's the best part about it. Still be able to be a little competitive, but really, man, just enjoy the fans and enjoy the atmosphere and just life.
It's dope that they even created that for, because I know like when I'm done or whatever, even when I'm done in the NBA, I can see me doing what you did and go overseas, enjoy life over there for a little bit, then do the Big Three. This past season, I think Beasley and them won the championship.
Yeah.
How would it feel for you to like to win that? How far did y'all go? I seen like a couple clips of you getting into it with some people.
Oh
You know what I mean? But
man.
how was that experience and how far did your team make it?
Well, the experience was like being a rookie in the NBA. It
For
was
real?
like starting all the way over, regardless of the fact that I done played 20 dang years in the NBA,
Yeah.
did all these accomplishments. It's like actually, excuse me, starting basketball all over. So it was a real rookie year. I had a wall for a second where I'm trying to figure out what's going on, how the game is being rep, how it's being played. And then we made it one game to the finals.
Oh,
So the
y'all was right
last
there.
game we played, we would have went to the finals. And we would have won that game, we would have went to the finals.
Did y'all have a squad and
We did have a squad.
y'all did?
Yeah, I think we just little injuries here and there, knick-knack injuries. We had 3 rookies, and we was really just trying to learn how to play the game together. And I think sometimes it take a little minute, and I'm hungry for next season.
That's
Like I'm
fire, man.
hungry for
That's
next season. I ain't gonna even front. I'm like,
you're locked.
yeah, I'm locked. I was like, I'm gonna take a couple months off. Yeah, a couple months off to like chill, get my mind right, figure out, and then go hard and get ready for the season.
So like at that point, like if you're playing in the Big Three, like is that just for the love of the game? Because obviously you made your money, you did your
Yeah.
thing. You're not doing it for the bread. Like is that just because you want to hoop and feel that competitiveness, or are these dudes, are the stars in that league getting a little check, or how does that work?
Well, it's for the love of the game, and it's also to spread the game of basketball, not just here in America, but internationally. So many people who play, so many people who hoop, and so many guys who played in the NBA or overseas who still want to hoop.
Yeah.
And the Big Three is really the only summertime basketball in the States. So it's like everybody's watching, everybody wants to come to the games, and the WNBA ends around the end of the time that the Big Three ends. So that's the only thing everybody's watching. So the the guys that play, old NBA players, you got some guys who played in the Ball is Life and the Drew League and stuff like that. And I love it, man. It's fun. Now
It's dope.
the refs is crazy sometimes, but that's in all sports. I mean, well, all you got different levels of basketball. Everybody's talking about the refs, but once I started to understand like how things was going to work, and it took all the way into the All-Star game, which was the last game,
For
for me
real.
to understand it. But I'm like, that's cool. We
So
played
you
eight
good? Yeah,
games.
you locked in for next
Yeah.
season. And talk about Mike Beasley. They treat him like he's Bron in that league. Like obviously, you know, there's a lot of conversation about him and his ability, his one-on-one ability. You know, he's in all these talks of being, you know, one of the best pure hoopers that never really
Yeah.
made it big in the league. Do you see the same thing? Do you see that from him, or how do
I
you
just
view
I
him in his
just
game?
love I just love this atmosphere for him. He's had so many ups and downs, and life has been a roller coaster. He's expressed so much to people that he's getting celebrated, and he's the face of a league, and he should be proud, to represent, to be, the face of something, a league, period. When a lot of people counted him out, so when they look around, they talk about, the big three. Obviously, they mention, you know, myself playing and stuff like that. But he's here. He's been here for a while in the Big Three. He's made the Big Three, you know, super popular in his one-on-one games and the stuff like that. And then what he did with Lance, it just amped up the Big Three
Right.
this summer because they like, okay, Lance and him playing one-on-one, who's going to win? Lance has been in the league. He stayed a little bit longer than Bees did, so who's going to win the matchup? Bees win, and you just take off. So
Yeah.
they
No,
had
good for
the
them.
whole summer on lock, you know, as far as the Big Three and how they played, and you know, I'm proud and happy for him, man. That's
Yeah,
it's
it was
real
all
big.
over social media. I was
Yeah,
happy for him too because I've watched a couple of his interviews. Like you said, his path, his just ups and downs. I'm happy that he gets to experience that stardom. That you know, you obviously are still like in tip top shape. You know, we talked about it a little bit yesterday on your podcast, but you know, you leaned up a little bit, but you still feel really good. And you know, right now where you're at now, if they were to insert you in an NBA game and tell you go guard Nikola Jokic, how do you feel like right now that will
oh,
go?
just today.
Just not today, but
Oh,
like, how do you
if you
feel? Like,
give
I
me
don't.
some time.
How old are you right now?
I'm 39.
How do you feel physically? Like, if they were to throw you out there in an NBA game, like, how would that go?
Oh, if I get some training, I'm on go.
For real? You
Yeah,
still feel pretty good?
yeah, I do. I'm still out there dunking and doing everything, you
That's
know.
dope.
So, you know, just I think from training as a kid and getting those reps in, the repetition, my body is just, it has that muscle memory, just like a shooter or somebody who do anything else. My body's just used to getting in shape or being in shape, so I can take some time off, but my body know, okay, it's time to get back to it.
Yeah. I be telling people in the bubble, like when we played y'all,
Yeah,
we talked about it a little bit on your podcast yesterday, but like you, cycling you, JaVale, but really you, like the way you guarded Nikola was special, and like your presence was a big reason for that Lakers championship. Um, Talk about the challenge like Nikola presents on the floor, like because not a lot of people have firsthand experience guarding him, and obviously you're great in your own right, one of the best centers ever. But at that point in your career, guarding him in the bubble, like what was your main focus, and kind of talk about the challenges it presents guarding him.
it was so much fun playing against him at even at that stage in my career because that was my only job was to lock in on defense on him. So I was able to just focus on how could I agitate him, what I needed to do to pressure him the whole game. And I saw when you gave him a lot of space, he's able to attack, get comfortable, go either way, up and unders, get up to his pull-ups, anything. I'm like, nah, I can't let him do that. So as soon as I see the coach look down to the end of the bench and say, let's go, I'm looking down at the end of the bench too. And I'm like, oh, you going in? Let's go, I'm ready. And that's the whole, my whole mindset is I'm gonna mimic him, I'm mirroring him. And that took a lot of mental energy because he's a tough player.
Yeah, he's
He's,
very
he's super
smart.
smart, and he played the game, you know, and a lot of people don't see his strength because they don't see the muscles and stuff like that. He's like one of those heavy guys and that they just big and stuff like that. They don't have to be super, super muscular, but they got strength in the back downs and stuff like Nurkic. He don't look strong, but he's strong backing down and stuff like that. So, you know, I enjoyed that matchup. And at that point in my career, I was fighting for my life. So I'm like, I got to do whatever I can to make sure I get 2, 3 more years in this league. And if I stop this man and we win the championship, you know, that's all I was thinking about the whole time in the bubble. Like, we beat them, we beat him. I'm getting another contract.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, I mean, you played a huge role in that. Um, that series, like watching how y'all went about y'all's rotations, and it was special, and I got
Yeah.
to give y'all's flowers. I mean, so since you've been in the league, we talked a little bit about the best big man of all time and all that yesterday, but like since you've been in the league and seen what there is to see and played against all these bigs, like who would you say are like the top few guys that you really matched up
Oh,
against?
from playing now?
Just yeah, just throughout your whole journey, like who are some dudes that's like that you would rank as like some of those top 3, 4 bigs?
Oh man, Dude, I play a long time.
I know, that's why it's like I don't want to go all the way back to like all
So
time
guys
because
that
you wasn't
like
on the court with them, but like
guys that I was on the
guys
court
that
with.
you were matched up with on the court with.
Okay. Mark Jackson, Big Mark Jackson, who played in Philly.
He was like
He's
that.
a coach in Philly now. Well, he does TV in Philly, but he was like that. Rasheed Wallace, he was super nice, strong, could turn around, jump shot is up here.
Yeah.
Centers, Kendrick Perkins for defense.
For real.
Because he was, back then you could do anything to me on defense.
Yeah, they was hacking you.
Oh my God. But Kendrick was I've been playing against him since high school, so that was a great battle. Boogie, because it's, he got the handles and everything, but we went at it and we always got fouls on each other, so that was a crazy matchup. But me and Shaq,
I gotta go back and watch those matchups with you and Boogie.
it was always me and him getting into it for something, and then we on the bench.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was his tactic. Like, all right, I see what he doing. He just trying to get me out of my game.
Yeah.
And it did work sometimes. I'm like, man, I'm getting fouled too much, and I got to do something. But again, that was the game plan. For me, I struggled against.
You said Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq was tough because he was 395 pounds.
So he was like, because obviously at that time you were, you know, one of the strongest dudes to play in the league. Like, was Shaq like way stronger than you?
He was just heavy, and he's 7'2", 7'3". I'm really 6'9", 6'10", and that's giving up a lot of height, size, and everything. And I just tried to make sure I kept him out. Anytime we played, meet him at half court, and just keep fighting from half court all the way down. Don't let him get anywhere in the paint because it's over with. So imagine when he was 25, and he running like a gazelle.
He was actually moving at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that was a real tough one. Yao Ming.
Problem?
Yao Ming.
Yeah, he
Turn
was
around
nice.
jump shot. You could not stop it or block it. I'm telling you, like, that was the one, because he's 7'5", and he had the elbow jump shot, turn around jump shot, right hand hook. He's strong. He's
That's
strong.
crazy. You got the perspective, like, playing as long as you did, you got a crazy perspective on the big man position and how it's transitioned. Like, you really seen, like, the traditional back down center go dunk on you to the stretch fives.
And there's nobody in the paint.
You know what I mean? Like, you've seen the Nikola Jokic's and the Joel Embiid's with all the skill, but you've also seen the Shaqs, like, and then you got a unique perspective. So those are the dudes you would say, like,
now Joel, it's so many. That's what I'm saying. Like, now I got to give Embiid his props. Like, I know I played on his team, and when he played against me, we were both. Well, he was super young, but dude, nice.
Yeah.
And I felt like if he would have stayed healthy, he would probably be at that time, the only player who I could see one-on-one if he was playing Shaq one-on-one, like giving him problems.
Yeah, because
he know how to play the game. Like, he know how to draw fouls. He know how to do all the Euro steps. He got the jump shot. He got the whole package. So 100% healthy Joel is a problem. He could be top 10.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Joker. You know, I met him during my latter years and his super young years. But watching what he's doing is crazy. And it's like, I be watching like, is dudes actually trying to play defense, or is he really just killing these dudes like
look
this?
That easy. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I got to give you so much flowers, because, like, these dudes really be trying to, like, give him, and they give him no issues. You're, like, probably one of the only dudes that I've seen actually somewhat, like,
give him some resistance
some
and all that,
issues. That's why it's so crazy. Like, I see him do whatever he wants. Like,
I be watching the games, I promise you, and I be like, okay, like, are they afraid to foul? Like, what's going on? But then I just said, you know what? he got so many weapons.
And then he actually got better. Like he
He
got
got
better
so much better.
since even when you seen him in the bubble. Like I saw him win his first MVP, but then somehow it was just like he kept getting better and better. I don't know. So it's like
I really think when we played them in the bubble, I think that it lit a fire in him. Like, man, no way, I gotta win now. I gotta go back and get better. And then I could tell in his game, like I watched him slim down a little bit, but I could just see burst when he's playing. He's moving faster. He's getting into actions faster. I'm watching before the games. He doing dunks and stuff. So I'm like, dang, dude, actually, like, he took his game to another level between him, Joel. Right now, they the top two. And then you got Carl, who's obviously been killing.
Yeah, man. You mentioned Shaq earlier. Obviously, y'all have had y'all's like, battles on the court, and then obviously off the court, y'all have gone back and forth a couple times. But recently, it seems like y'all have rekindled that a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is dope to see. What was the reasoning for like some of the off court little, stuff, and then how did y'all kind of like come back around and be cool?
To be honest, bro, I don't even know where a lot of stuff came from. I think it was a lot of outside people putting bugs in our ear, making us go against each other. Because on my end, I never had any issue with him because this is somebody that I watched growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in 11th grade watching him beat up on, rest in peace, Dikembe Mutombo. That was another center I played against, which is crazy that I played against Dikembe Mutombo and Alonzo Mourning. There's so many bigs that I just thinking about, I have to mention one name to think about a whole list that I played against who's legends in their own right. So, man, just think about that. It's just.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, it's dope to see you and Shaq kind of like, cause y'all are both legends. Talk about the dunk contest because to me, besides your dunk contest and you doing the Superman thing and all that, like since then the only like memorable one has been like the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine dunk contest a little bit. There's been like a couple other ones, maybe, but like in my head, those are the two memorable ones. How do you think like in terms of the All-Star weekend, they can bring back like the excitement surrounding that? Is it even possible? Talk about that a little bit.
I think we done seen everything there is to see.
Yeah.
And so everybody's they're used to it.
Desensitized. Somebody go behind the back between like everybody.
And they're like, oh, somebody did that before.
Yeah.
But then it's like, this is so hard to do. These dunks is crazy. What can we do to help All-Star Weekend? I think the one-on-one aspect, if guys play one-on-one, I think it'd be cool and interesting to see how these players will look in a one-on-one situation in front of the whole world watching and TV and stuff like that. I think that'd be cool to see because players might be good playing one-on-one at the practice facility or at the arena when nobody's there and stuff like that, but now it's an actual one-on-one. Everybody in the whole world watching, and you got money on the line. I think that'd be cool.
You think anybody should be able to get into that one-on-one competition, or you think there should be one for wing players, one for guards, and then one for like big men? Or you think it should be just one thing? Because you can't put Joel up against like a John Morant. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
So
Yeah.
how you think because I agree with you. That'd be fine.
I think you should have probably two different sides, two different winners, like bigs are like wings to bigs, and then a certain height. Would you say height?
Yeah,
height
maybe like a 6'8" to a 7.
What about a
6'8"
6'7" and
like
down?
and then
Since that's the
something
new
up to
thing.
Yeah.
The kids be saying 6'7", make it 6'7" and down. That'd be pretty fine. But the one-on-one contest, I think that'll bring a lot of attention because then you'll get to see who's the best one-on-one player in the world. Like you can actually, you will know like, oh shoot. Just think about if out of all people, somebody we least expected go crazy and win the one-on-one battle.
Yeah.
Or they put, everybody who want to get in got to put money into the pot, or how much they think
Bet on themselves.
Yeah,
That's
bet
the only
on
time where you
yourself.
actually could bet on yourself.
That might be
man.
fire.
It'll be
Hey,
dope.
bet on yourself. How much you putting up,
You
and
can
then
put it all in the pot.
Yeah,
if
we put it
you're
all
really
in the
that
pot.
confident, you put an M in the pot. Or like, everybody puts the money in the pot, and then
And then they all go to something good for charity, something we can all give back to for the world.
Who
Since
you
the
think
whole
would win
world,
the guard if say players from 6 foot to 6'7"
who
were
will
to
win?
play? Who's winning that 1-on-1 right now in the league?
Oh man, JT 6'8", ain't he?
Yeah, JT a little taller, but
SGA.
SGA, you got Ant, you got like D Book, you got who else?
You got Trey Young.
Trey's too small.
Too small for them?
defensively.
That's true. I'm gonna have to go with A-Town legend, Anthony Edwards.
For real?
Yeah.
That it would be hard to beat him
Yeah,
one-on-one.
especially one-on-one, because he
Yeah.
can shoot. He's strong. Now I'm gonna tell you who sleepers is in that group. Well, nah, they gonna be in the tall group, but there's sleepers in the big group. The Amen, Thompson, the Amen,
Yeah, because he'll defend and then he's actually
and they both strong and crafty. They not like real big, but they like wiry strong, and they got bounce. They can play good defense. You know what I'm saying?
That's some sleepers for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they can at this
Can
point
shoot
in their career,
well
if they
enough.
can shoot enough.
You
But
think how far you think you'll get?
One-on-one,
I know you'll
at
go crazy.
6'10", there's not a lot of people to me that like I don't lose that often one-on-one. Some people might win a spot, but not a lot of people is beating me one-on-one. But I remember like my favorite one-on-one I ever had was me and Jason Tatum were both on a visit to Mizzou, and there's a picture of us. It was like me, JT, and Tremaine Isabel, who was playing at Mizzou at that time. And there was us three playing King of the Court. And he was in college. I think I was like a sophomore, junior in high school. I think JT was a senior in high school. And we were both on a visit, and we were playing King of the Court. And it always ended up being just me versus him because we was killing Tremaine, who was playing at Mizzou. But that's probably my favorite one-on-one I ever had. I think we both split a game. But it's crazy because JT, like, he's from Missouri, He actually played on my AAU team growing up. He played a couple years with me. He was living in St. Louis. He came down to Indiana to play with my team a couple times. But
Y'all the same age?
He's a year older than me.
Older than you, okay.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite one-on-one I ever did. But yeah, in the summertime when I'm playing dudes in ones, normally I win. So I don't know. For you, like, you're obviously such a lighthearted, like, good dude. You love to smile. You love to, always good vibes. But for a lot of people, like, towards the end of their career and they kind of see their role change and all that, it's hard for them to accept that. And it's hard for them to still maintain that good energy, and they still want a bigger role in this and that. And even for you transitioning out of the NBA to overseas, like, were you able to stay motivated and stay kind of just grateful and stay happy? Because I feel like that's rare, you know what I'm saying? So how was that for you?
I did. I was super happy about just having the opportunity to play and stuff like that. But to be honest, man, there were moments where I was pissed off and stuff like that, like, dang, I really want to play. I'm busting my ass during the summer to get in shape. I'm staying healthy during the season. I'm doing whatever is needed. Man, I just want a couple minutes out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, especially if our team not doing as well, like when I played with the Lakers and it was Russ and Melo and all us on the team, I tried to find as much joy and passion as I could, but I was on the bench and I wasn't playing a lot. And I'm like, man, I done went to the team. We done won a championship before, and I'm back here now, and I'm not playing. Like, there was moments where I was getting depressed, but then I started thinking, like, man, I'm just grateful to be alive. I'm going to just play this out the best way I can, and I'm going to see what's going to happen next.
That's dope. Well, man, congratulations, you in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, on the way over here, I seen the I saw the clip of you actually finding out that you were in the Hall of Fame like that. You were on that show. I think
Yeah,
it was a show Inside,
yeah,
right?
inside, yeah.
Um, First ballot Hall of Famer. Like, talk about just even that whole thing. I know you broke down. It was emotional for you, just because I feel like, yeah, just talk about that because a lot of people just forget how dominant and how special you were, and um, how special of a person you are and how special of a player you are. But just that moment being inducted first ballot Hall of Famer, how was that for you?
You know, it was crazy because I didn't get an opportunity to have my phone before any of this happened. So I was in the house filming this show, and they had told me before I went in that I was going to get a call about something during the week. So, I didn't really know what it was going to be for. So when I got it, they told me that to come out and leave to get the call. And when I saw Hall of Fame, like on my the ID,
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
yeah,
And so I pick up and he starts, telling me the statistics and the numbers on like how many's in the Hall of Fame, how many, like 450 people in the Hall of Fame. And he's explaining this to me. And while he's doing that, I could just see in the back of my head all the moments as a child of me working out, running up hills, doing sprints on the track, all these different moments. And I just started boohoo crying. And I cried for about 45 minutes just thinking about everything. I'm like, man, I'm in. He's like, Dwight, you in, man. We'll see you some month. He told me when you get back, we're gonna do this thing here at San Antonio for you, and it's gonna be great. And it was crazy, man. All the hard work and dedication that I had for the sport, that was the only thing that I was happy about. I didn't care about, like people say, what do you think about the naysayers and people who was worried about this? I'm like, man, I wasn't even thinking about that because only thing at that moment was I had put in so much work and I could see it. And so now it's like I'm validated. Now I can go anywhere and tell people, if you want to get to the top, I got the recipe. I know how to get there, man. And I got proof. I got proof. So, it's just such an honor and a blessing. And I'm so thankful that, God just gave me life to be able to inspire people to just go do anything and believe that they can, 100%.
that's fire, man. Yeah, I mean, you were every hooper. I mean, people dream of being in the NBA, but once you're in the NBA, people dream of being an all-star. But then, like, if you were all-star, people dream about being in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
So,
that is true.
for you, where does that accomplishment rank? Like, there's been moments in your career where you've, won a championship or been given, your first all-star appearance or this or that. Like, where does that rank in terms of just the moment that happened? Where does that stack in terms of accomplishments for you?
I feel like it's, as far as with sports and everything I've done, it's the greatest. It has to be the greatest because it kind of like sums up all the things that I did because it validates it as well, but it's like, okay, championship, all stars, all these, that comes from hard work, and all that hard work, the dedication, the sacrifice, it led to this orange jacket and getting into heaven. That's what it felt like. As a Christian, it felt like hearing, passing away and waking up at the
Yeah.
pearly gates and
Uh,
hearing God say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Like, that's how it felt. Like, I'm like, dang, man, I'm really in the pearly gates,
yeah,
man, forever. Like,
that's elite. I
my
like that.
name is forever. Like, that was the only thing I could think of. Like, every time people see Howard, it's going to be associated with Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? And that's the greatest honor you could have as a hooper, like, to know you represent basketball
Yeah,
forever.
that's elite, man. You on the court, solidify a legend forever. But you also like off of the court, personality wise, you're into all these different things. You're doing your thing right now. Um, you found out about the Hall of Fame on that show. Talk about, we talked about a couple of the experiences you've done the past couple of years off the court, but talk about that show and what you got out of that and how that went.
The show was actually, I think all these shows I do, I find the best in it. And that's why I have so much fun. That's why we come out these shows having newfound friendships and newfound love for these different things in life because I go in with the intent to grow in all areas, grow with the relationships with these people, get out of my comfort zone, all these different things. So getting in this show is like I'm gonna be around a lot of young people. Like it's gonna be crazy. Like how am I gonna handle this? But it was exactly what I needed at that point in my life. So I was grateful that God put me in that position to be there. It's like everything always happens how it's supposed to happen. So being on that show, meeting the people that we met, being a part of Netflix, it was like all a part of something that I dreamed about in my head. Cause I'm like, man, I'm telling my partner Moo, yo, man, I want to do some stuff with Netflix. I see us doing some movies and stuff with Netflix. The next thing you know, we on Netflix. I'm like, this is wild. You got to really watch what you say, cause whatever you speak, man, it's powerful.
The NBA season is rolling, and DraftKings' newest Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for your big shot at big wins. Here's how it works. Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. The better you pick, the bigger your payout. New DraftKings customers are getting $50 in Pick 6 credits with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Pick, play, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick6 app now and use code DH12. That's code DH12. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick6 credits. Make the call, ride the upside. In partnership with DraftKings Pick6, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions may vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 is not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable. Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Ends December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
A lot of people, I feel like, post NBA career, post athletic career, they kind of view their life now as they just get to chill, get fat, lay back, relax. You talked yesterday about just how you really still continue to try to challenge your mind. You went in the dark room for 3 days, no phone. You know what I'm saying? You do the show. You're doing the shows. You're challenging yourself. You say you got lit on fire just to, so that mentally you're continuing to evolve. And I feel like that's very rare for someone post career. Like even me, like I know I'm always going to be seeking to grow, but to like really challenge myself mentally, that's like that's very unique. I feel like I've seen a lot of NBA players retire. They be chilling, getting fat. What about you is like what is making you want to continue to like grow so much?
Oh man,
You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
good question. Cause I swear what I said when I was playing, when I'm done playing, I'm just gonna sleep
Yeah.
every day. But then I realized, man, life is so beautiful and there's so much out here to do. Why would I waste it? Like, yes, I played basketball and yes, I was able to do a great job, such a great job that I was a master in what I did, which allowed me to have an honor like the Hall of Fame. So let me take this same recipe that I did and put it into this, which is my foundation. Put it into obviously my wife and my kids and my home, my business, all these different things. And let's see how far I can take all this stuff. If I can do this with myself, let's see what I can do with everybody that's on my team.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's where I'm at now.
yeah, I mean, you got a big reach. Like we talked a little bit about like passion over purpose, and I feel like you tapping into just the reach you can have. I mean, you had reach when you hooped, but now it's the social media era where it's like you can reach a lot of people in different ways. So I feel like you doing your thing. You mentioned your wife. That was a thing on the internet. Everybody thought you got divorced or whatever. Where
Yeah.
did that come from? And I'm glad to hear you in a happy marriage,
Oh,
man.
man.
Is that just
Yeah.
the internet taking some things and running with it, or how does that? I feel like you always get caught up in some stuff on the internet that like just be
I just
taking
feel,
wings of its own.
I really just feel like a lot of times when it is things that involves gossip and a lot of stuff, negativity, I feel like it's things that's trying to destroy my testimony. And, obviously people have seen in the past that I've had, 5 kids and, 5 different women and stuff like that. So they could probably try to make it seem like, well, he's a Christian. Why is he doing A, B, C, or D? He's done this, that, and the third. But I was 18 when I came into the league. I didn't know nothing about nothing. And I'm sitting here from 18 looking for love in all these different areas and looking for this woman or this woman to, be the person. And I wasn't even ready for any of these different things. And so I was just grateful that God, throughout all these different things, he still blessed me with the woman that I always prayed for. And, I'm just so happy about that. And I'm happy that throughout the whatever was said in the media, the divorce rumors and all those different things, none of it was true. We went through whatever we went through at home together while everyone is talking about us. We in the same house, so I'm just grateful that we got past that and, we're able to move forward and grow.
Man, that's good to hear. I feel like for you, like on the like knowing you now and just being around you, like and the energy you bring to the room and everything is such a light. But I feel like and I feel like this happens to a lot of guys, like chosen people. Everybody makes mistakes and things like that, and we as Christians need to take accountability. But I feel like your name on the internet, people have often tried to like tarnish the name of like Dwight Howard for whatever reason, and I feel like personally,
Yeah.
it's like you can look at it and be like, man, I don't care what anybody's saying. I'm ignoring it. If it's a rumor, it's a rumor. But there's also like a place and time where us as Christians need to take accountability, but we're also being judged by the world and we don't even want to deal with it. So some of those things that like the world sees or the world hears these rumors, how do you navigate some of that stuff? Like as a Christian who wants to have a testimony, like how do you deal with that? Do you feel like you need to try to like stand up for things that people say, or is some of it true and you feel like you need to take accountability? Or like how do you deal with any of that stuff?
Being me, being authentically me throughout the whole, whatever it is that's going on. A lot of people, when there's situations that happen with me, a lot of people want to see me stop smiling. They want to see me down. They want to see me upset. But I'm like, for what? I know who I am. I know how I carry myself on camera, off camera, around people when nobody's around. I don't have to worry about what the world is trying to say or do to me. But there was some times where I did get upset. There were times where I did feel hurt and cry about the things that were being said, but I handled that just like I did with anything else that I had going on in my personal, in my private space with God. God says, take it to everything to your closet. Where's your closet? Your heart. That's your secret place. You go to him. And so, you know, when I have those issues, I just say, God, man, take care of this for me, please. And I just keep doing what I do.
That's dope. I recently did a podcast with Andy Mineo, man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he had the song MPJ Freestyle, and we was both in the same bar. You know what I'm saying? It was early on in my career, and I think the lyrics was like, Lord, keep your hands on MPJ, that he keeps his pants on and behave.
You said something about me.
Yeah, then he was like, I don't want to see him turning out like Dwight. said
Yeah.
that he'd do all things through Christ, ended up doing all. But like,
Yeah.
I remember on the podcast, he had told me that like you had ended up because
I
even when
reached
that
out to
song
him.
came out, I was like, I don't know because like as a Christian, I know I'm not perfect. I know I've done a lot of stuff that if it was to get exposed to the world, they're gonna look at me crazy and look at me as a hypocrite. So when their dirty laundry or anything that anyone does gets aired out, I always have an issue with that, true or not, because I know nobody's perfect. There's pastors and the people that are supposed to be the holiest of holy that are doing wild stuff over here. So Andy kind of knew. I was like, yo, are you sure you want to say that about my boy Dwight or whatever? But in the podcast, he said that you end up reaching out to him and just kind of explain, like, man, like,
I just
believer to
told him that
believer, that
wasn't
that hurt a
cool.
little bit.
Yeah, I told him it wasn't cool only because like he don't know, like these people don't know what really be going on in our lives. Like I have made it to a place in life where at that point it's always gossip. If you're famous, you deal with this, you deal with this. Everyone who has some type of fame, we have to deal with people saying bad and crazy things about us. So I'm like, dude, why you making a whole song telling people don't be like Dwight? Do you know Dwight? Do you actually have you ever sat down and had any conversation with Dwight? How could you ever possibly tell somebody don't be like Dwight when I got 5 kids and they look up to me
Yeah,
and
I
they
feel
want to
like
be just like me?
he definitely regretted it. I know y'all had that. How did that conversation look like between y'all two?
When he said something about it, I was just like, I forgive you. I didn't even like. So a lot of times, if I have a feeling, I'm a person where, let's say I'm talking to my homie, or if I'm talking to you, I could let my feelings out and be like, man, yo, like I'm saying now about Andy Mineo and him saying what he's saying. I could say all these things to you, but I'm not holding in my heart as something against him. I'm just letting you know, man, this is how this is making me feel in this moment. It's not going to be forever. It's not, I'm taking this against him. I want to hurt him or do anything like that. It's just, dang, this dude, why would you say that? Like, I can say with my words instead of wanting to get mad and fight or go out into public and mishandle anybody. Like, there's been so many times where people have said so many things about me, and I'm just like, all right, I still love you. I still respect you because you are a child of God. Now, it pissed me off, but I'm not going to take it too far because I'm going to have to end up dealing with it with God. So I have to let it go out of my heart.
I think it's remarkable how you're able to, because a lot of people, when people say things about them, it makes them retreat. It makes them not want to deal with everybody and be like, man, f everybody. I'm retreating into my hole. I don't want to smile no more. I don't want to go out in public no more. And you've almost like somehow, that's what I'm saying, like just meeting you and just how you are and smiling and you're nice to everybody. Like it's remarkable to me the way that the world can try to beat somebody up, but then they still just. I think that shows like a
Because
lot of strength.
they know, these people know who I am at the core. I'm authentic with I've never been different. I've been the same way my whole life. People have met me and said, man, you ain't changed. You still doing this? I've been doing this since I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I'm not going to change who I am. And I think the fact that I am this way, by them talking about me and saying these different things, they want me to be a different way and change up and say, see, this is how he is for real. This is him. And since I'm not doing it, it's another story, another this, another that, another something to try to knock me off of who I am. So it's like, man, no, I'm not gonna do that. I am gonna be me. Like I stopped telling people this story because I don't know how my mom felt about keep hearing how she lost so many kids. But my mom lost 7 kids. I was supposed to be the number 8 one that died. So I have a chance to see this place. So every moment I'm alive, I'm gonna live it to the fullest. Cause when it's over, it's over. So I'm gonna enjoy it.
My mom went through a couple of miscarriages as well. I read that about you and your story and kind of that story you just mentioned. Because my mom, there's 8 of us. It's supposed to be 10 of us. I remember holding my little sister at the house when she was stillborn. Yeah, that's tough to deal with. I mean, I probably was 5, 6 years old. And that's still like a core memory, like holding my little sister at the hospital. For you, coming into the league at 18 and being given access to everything, being given millions of dollars, number one pick, superstar, the team is yours, the city's yours, and people try to point to your shortcomings or the children out of wedlock or this or that as a hit at your character. Talk a little bit about that, and that, because I said it yesterday, it don't matter if you think you're the most solid dude in the world, closest to God, pray 12 hours a day. If you're given that at 18 years old and you've never seen any of these things, anybody's gonna have shortcomings. So talk about that experience, like, because you said you lost your virginity at 18, you were going to the same school for so many years, graduated with 16 kids or whatever, and then you get to the league, you're given all this. Talk about the challenges that presented for you.
Well, it was just the temptation of everything.
Yeah.
When you have money, you tempted to buy whatever you want, do whatever you want, and it's really just a choice. That's why God gave you free will. And I think my parents just did an amazing job of raising me the right way, to where if I got out of line a little bit, I never went too far from my mom, which is God. That's the mother. They always tell us never leave the mother. The mother is God. That's where it all started from. Don't leave. So, obviously we're going to have our shortcomings. Obviously we're going to fail. But what do you do when you get up after you fall? Are you going to turn away? Are you going to be the same? Now, obviously, there were some times where I had the same thing happen. Like people say, I had some kids out of wedlock. I had to learn the lesson. And until I learned the lesson, things had to happen. Now, obviously, these kids they're not bad lessons, they're blessings. But I had to learn in other ways because of what I did by having these kids out of wedlock, i.e. child support, having to deal with, co-parenting and stuff like that, which can be very difficult when you have to deal with multiples. You know what I'm saying? So that's the things that I have to take accountable to. Like, I messed up and did this, that, and the third, and nobody else can judge me but God. And the only thing I can do is make sure by saying to God, hey, God, I know I did this the wrong way, but this is how I'm going to make it up. I want to make sure I'm the best father I could be to these children. And that's what I am every single day. So no matter what is being said, this is what matters. Hey, I didn't make it right with these women, but I'll make it right for my wife. Mm-hmm. So thank you, God, for giving me these blessings. I'm going to take care of these. I probably didn't do it right with all these different things, with my money, with this, that, and the third, but I'm going to make sure I do this.
For a lot of people that start off as very strong Christians or whatever, and then they, stray or do certain things, and then it's the people that are supposed to be lifting you up and praying for you that end up beating you up, which Christians do a lot of, and I'm sure you got your fair share of that. That can lead them away from the faith and lead them away from God, because they're like, man, these people that are supposed to be your people, they're the most judgmental, they're the most hypocritical, they're the most unforgiving, ungraceful people. How were you able, was there a period of time where you kind of like, I read in your story, in your Sports Illustrated story, that there was a period of time where you kind of like drifted away. How did you kind of come full circle and come back to where you're at now, where it seems like you're in a great place?
Traveling the world, having so many different experiences, reading, understanding more about different religions, seeing how people lived in different countries. It gave me a deeper understanding of what I believed in, so going to these different temples, reading about the Nation of Islam, Muslims in Mecca, Dubai, hanging around people that, are who are Muslims, understanding their faiths, understanding my faith, like, okay, we the same. They might say a word different. Let me find out what this actually means. I'm not going to judge none of these people because Jesus didn't judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just, oh, this person look like this. He never did that. He told us not to do that. So why am I going to do that because this person doesn't believe what I believe? So, you know, I just feel like you treat everybody with love, and that's what I do.
That's a similar story for me. And I feel like everybody should get to that point in life where they kind of, no matter how you were raised, you decide for yourself, you think for yourself, you do your own research and figure out what you want to believe for yourself. So I did the same thing. I studied Buddhism. I studied Islam a little bit. I tried to figure out which route I wanted to go. But I feel like you got like a lot of wisdom that you can like impart on like young people that's trying to be successful and things like that, but also lessons for them to learn from. You talk about in some of your stories about how you have been like stolen from and how people close to you have stabbed you in the back and betrayed you. And that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that you come out of all of this, the world beating you up, friends stealing from you and this and that, people you're supposed to trust, like the fact that you still here, you still Dwight and it didn't taint you and you still doing stuff like this, like that's, to
You
me,
gotta
that's
smile
fire.
through the
But talk
storms,
about
man.
like, man, that stuff and people like stealing from you financially. I've dealt with something similar, and it's changed me a little bit. But how was that for you?
It's hurt. All the stuff that's happened to me has totally hurt me. Like everything. It has made me want to shoot up people. It has made me want
Yeah,
to
fact.
beat everybody up. It has made me want to blow everybody up. It has made me cry. It has made me punch stuff. It has made me mad. It has made me do all that stuff away from everybody though. I did it in my mind. I went to my own space. I got all of it out. So when I come back to everybody else, I'm free. It's nothing that can happen that they gonna say that's gonna make me get to that space because I done already released it. So that's how I take care of it. Like that stuff hurt. Getting stole from, like when I done worked hard for it, like I put blood, sweat, and tears into that 8 million that was stole from me. And I can't get it back that way. But what has kept me throughout all of this is my faith. Everything from day one till now, from the time I was born till now, is faith. So because of my faith, I believe that, okay, they stole this money. I'm going to triple it doing this. I'm going to do this, we're going to get it back. I'm going to do this, we're going to get it back. But I'm not always thinking about doing it like saying, I got to make this money. It's just, you know what, God got me. I'm trusting in him. I got my total faith that he is going to supply all of my needs no matter what. I'm not going to focus on what no man can do or say to try to take it away because I got to hold myself accountable to it too. I could have did a better job at looking at the contracts, looking at all the paperwork, making sure everything was right before I put over my $8 million. So God telling me that too. Hey man, you gotta take some accountability in it too. Now they did you wrong. They gonna pay for theirs now. But God damn it, you should have looked at the stuff you were supposed to look at, Dwight. So hold yourself accountable to that.
Yeah,
But keep trusting them, make sure you straight. So that's how I take it.
that's super dope. Man, I got a couple more questions for you, and that's it. You have been a dude that the world has idolized, and put on a pedestal, and you've also been a dude that the world has, you know, thrown shade at and done all these things. But in terms of having the money, having the fame, being number one draft pick, now being in the Hall of Fame, but also still being a man of faith, I feel like a lot of people in that position that pretty much have everything, they don't give any of the glory or any of the praise back to God the way you do. And I feel like that's very unique. Talk about like how fulfilling these earthly accomplishments are in and of themselves, and then talk about why you maintain like that faith in God and that relationship with God. Because I feel like a lot of people get these things, and they'll sacrifice everything for it. They'll sacrifice their relationship with God. They'll sacrifice their morals. They'll sign a contract that says don't say the name of Jesus or things like that just to get some of these things. You've had it all, and you still give the glory to Jesus. Why is that? And how fulfilling is everything to you that you've had? Like you've had everything there is to have in this world. Like, you know what I mean? How fulfilling is that?
It's really like If you could understand how powerful this force is that's inside of us, that's inside of everybody, that's around everybody, you would smile like me. I feel it. So I can't help but smile.
And give the glory back to God.
Yeah.
How did you, but like, what practices did you do to get to that place? Like, how did you get to the place where you, because some
I
people
was
think it's
born.
impossible. You was just,
I
you
was
really
born.
just be, you really just be waking up happy, huh?
Bro, I wake up smiling. I go to sleep smiling. I shit smiling. I cry smiling. Like, and it's not just because it's always funny. Bro, I know what it's like to be in the dark and not have no light. And that's basically like being dead. What is there not to be happy about? The world does so much to try to make you mad and sad and cry. For what? Like we could be anywhere else. You traveled, you done seen what's out there. We could have any life, but we chose this. We dreamed it. We worked for it. Just think about it. When you was little, you going hard in the gym. What would you think about? Being the greatest.
That's fact.
And so now that's all I thought about. So now that I'm here, it's like, oh my God, I can do everything. Because
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. 50 years from now, when you probably won't be past, let's say 75 years from now, Dwight Howard passed away, and besides remembering you as Dwight Howard, the amazing basketball player, he's in the Hall of Fame. What else do you want to, like, we talk about passion versus purpose. What do you want to leave, like, your mark on the world? What is like your goal and your purpose, and what are you trying to give to the world and leave behind?
The Midas touch, but not with gold, with a smile. See everybody smile. Smile brings back so much peace. So you smile, you're wild. That's what they say about that. You know, that's a little joke. That's what they used to tell us. If they smile, they're wild. But nah, on a serious tip.
This dude, bro, you can't help yourself.
I had to make a joke. But nah, seriously, like, there's so much disbelief. There's so much pain and trauma and, hurt that people have been dealing with that we all need to let it go. Smile and be free. And I want to help free people of just the trauma and the stuff that whatever they've had in their life, whenever they're around me, whenever they get that moment, like, man, they forget it. It's like it's gone. And for it to stay with them would be great. But that's what I want to be. I want to be remembered, one of the greatest people to ever be on this place. But I want to be here. I want to be here when this place transitions. So that's my faith. My faith is so strong that all of us is going to be alive.
I agree. I agree with that, actually.
And I no lie, I've seen something my whole life.
I have
seen
too.
it. I
I've been
don't know
telling my
what it
parents.
is. I've seen something. I just don't see none of us leaving this place, like dying.
I don't either. And I told my parents this too. I said, this is the generation that is going to experience the transition of this place. I told them
I
since I was
see it.
young.
I keep seeing something like us moving somewhere. I just keep seeing it. And sometimes I have to keep stuff in because for it to happen, I keep it in because I've seen a lot of things like I was telling you about that room I did. And I just seen this thing about you ain't eat no cheeseburgers, and I'm tripping out, bro. How you ain't never had no cheeseburgers, man? What in the world? I don't know why that's so random, but I just thought about it. Like you ain't never, before we go see Jesus, man, you gotta have a cheeseburger, man. Like, what's up?
Man, I'm having my first cheeseburger. We gonna pull up. There gotta be a good cheeseburger out here in New York City.
It's tons of cheeseburgers out here in cheeseburger spots in New York City. I know you was in Denver. It was probably one or two. But
And I
bro,
ain't never had no cheeseburger, man. I'm gonna go get my first cheeseburger this week, and I'm tap in with you. Let me know.
I'm lost.
Let you
You
know.
eat steak.
It's different. Cheeseburgers always just seem nasty to me. I grew up vegetarian, so
You ain't grew up vegetarian. You was eating snacks and Cheetos and
this dude, man.
you was not no vegetarian, man. Y'all was cheating, man. Stop.
Hey, man. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on here. Like I said, like I was really looking forward to this episode and kind of picking your brain on some things, and I'm glad you opened up a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna stay locked for life now. You know what I mean? And yeah, I appreciate you hopping on Curious Mike, man. Curious Mike signing out. Yes, sir.
Hey.